Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to call out that today's video has some major spoilers, so if you want to exit now or skip to the next video, then feel free to do so, because this video is primarily aimed for those who are currently in the closed beta testing of Genshin Impact. I wanted to rush this video because the closed beta is about to end soon. And if you're stuck on the final boss, which is Storm Terror Dvalin or Dvalin, however you want to pronounce it, well, hopefully you'll be able to clear it once you watch through this video. So I was able to clear this stage after a couple of times. I failed a couple of times, so I felt the pain. Also, I was bugged out a couple of times as well because the stage is kind of buggy as well. But I finally figured out some of its moves and can explain some of the mechanics to you. So hopefully you can clear the stage before the closed beta ends. I highly recommend before you start this boss fight to make sure that you have some revive items and also maybe some consumables as well. And then if you already have unlocked Barbara may help you with healing for a bit, but it's not a necessity. But if you actually don't get hit by anything, you might not need any of these items at all. So the boss fight is kind of divided into two main phases, and the first phase is extremely easy. The first phase is pretty much similar to the first time you fought Dvalin, but there's a couple key differences. One thing that's different is that you have to aim at the pink purplish spikes on Dvalin's back, or what they refer to as blood clots. The second difference is that you're actually going to have a group of active enemies attacking you. So a group of fire abyss mages will be flying through the sky shooting flaming homing missiles at you. But they're pretty easy to dodge. So how I dodged them is that I went into a rectangular motion and I pretty much dodged all of them. There will also be an enemy that spawns with 4 lasers shooting out in each direction. You can actually dodge that if you just stay in between the lasers, but I found that if the flaming homing missiles are coming towards you, it's a little bit hard to dodge, and these lasers don't really hurt, so I decided to just tank the lasers. After dodging a million fire homing missiles, the fire abyss mages will finally stop and you'll be able to retaliate against them. Once you clear the group of fire abyss mages, you'll be able to resume destroying the blood clot on Storm Terror Dvalin's back. If you're able to down the blood clot in one go and whittle down its HP, you'll be able to move on to phase 2 of the fight. If you're unable to, you're going to have to rinse and repeat the part where you have to dodge all the fire abyss homing missiles and then dodge the lasers, and also resume destroying the blood clot again. Okay, so we finally made it to phase 2, and after you watch the cinematics and everything, you're probably thinking in your head, wow, this boss is pretty awesome, and that's exactly what I thought. I was really amazed by the visuals and everything, but I was also caught off guard when I found out that I'm playing Venti, a new character that I've never played before. And it was kind of overwhelming at first because I was thinking in my head, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know how to play this new character, what do I do? In hindsight, I should have just paused the game and then looked at his abilities and read his skill description, but I didn't do that. So I had to learn by trial and error. So luckily for you, I'm going to show you some of my failed attempts and explain to you some of Dvalin's abilities. Dvalin's a really annoying boss that shoots tons of projectiles at you, and if you're like me, you probably died exactly at this moment and you wondered why you died. But don't worry and keep watching. I'll give you some tips on how you can try to survive this boss fight. Once you die, you get another chance in order to try this stage, so make sure that Venti is healed up. You absolutely need him for this stage. while you're on this platform, I highly recommend that you keep moving around and also kind of stay away from the middle of the stage because Storm Terror Dvalin likes to attack primarily in the middle of the stage. When the boss lands and rests its claws on the side of the stage, it'll charge up a blast in the middle, so avoid the middle area. If you stay on the side, you can continue attacking the boss. Occasionally the boss will like to lunge at you, so I recommend that you run left or right but without backtracking. Otherwise the boss will hit you with its lunge attack. When Storm Terror Dvalin is flying and he's charging something in his mouth or in his wings, it's most likely going to be a missile type attack that's going to be aimed directly at you. So if you keep moving, you should be able to dodge those. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to dodge his first attack because I decided to charge my own attack while he was charging his attack, but the second one I was able to dodge it. So that concludes round 2 of the fight, and here comes round 3. And unfortunately for me, the boss starts off again with its full shield, so I kind of have to repeat the cycle, but I've learned a little bit more about its attacks. For those blue circles on the ground, you want to make sure that you run away from those or around those because the Dvalin is going to shoot projectiles from the sky that will hit those targeted areas. Alright, so Storm Terror Dvalin is perched up on the ledge again and he's going to be attacking the middle, so you'll be safe to attack from the side. I accidentally switched to the wrong character, so I was trying to switch to Barbara in order to get her healing buff off, but I switched to Kaya instead. So I attacked a little bit with him and got his ice attack off, and I switched to Barbara to get that healing buff, which also has an AoE water attack next to it. With the combination of the two, it momentarily froze Dvalin, so elements do actually work on him. Alright, so I was finally able to take down his full shield, and it knocks out Dvalin for a little bit, so he'll land on the stage and it'll allow you to do some heavy damage to him. And once again, the game tells you to aim for his blood clot. And once Dvalin wakes up from his slight slumber, he'll gain full shield unfortunately, so you're gonna have to damage his shield off again before you can attack his light directly. Ooh, that last attack did a lot of damage and almost knocked out Barbara, so I'm gonna have to use some items in order to heal up, so don't get hit by that attack. Another thing to note is that although you can switch characters and attack him like I did with Kaya, I highly recommend that you kind of don't use melee characters. They're not necessarily bad, but if you're like me, you sometimes don't pay attention to the cliff range and you might just fall off and die. I'm not sure how many times I attempted this might be the 4th, 5th, or 6th round, but this should be the final round for me to take in order for me to defeat Dvalin. So we pretty much covered the majority of Dvalin's abilities, but there's one ability that I haven't covered, which keeps killing us over and over again as the platform gets destroyed. I'm not 100% sure if this is the correct way in order to survive the platform explosion, but on the right side of the platform there was actually a wind current, so I believe there's a platform right under me. And if you look on the opposite side in the distance behind Dvalin, there's a platform that's lower and it also has a platform that's higher. So I hung out around the right side because I assumed that there was a platform under me, but I got really lucky in order to survive, so I was all the way right on the edge, so I kind of just fell down and just landed on the platform. And I really thought that I used Venti's E ability in order to survive, but I actually used the wrong one. So this was kind of just pure luck that I survived. So let me show you in another clip of what Venti's E ability really does. So in the later parts of the closed beta, they actually let us try Venti, so I got to be able to try his abilities. But for his first E ability, if you just tap it once, it shoots out an AoE blast against the target. But if you use his second ability and hold down the E key, it'll shoot you up into the air, and if you press the spacebar, you'll be able to glide. And I believe you need to use Venti's second E ability in order to float down to lower platforms. But you can try these tactics and hopefully it works. But we're gonna go back to the original clip where we're fighting Storm Terror Dvalin and continue trying to defeat him. So we're back to the fight with Storm Terror Dvalin, and right where I stopped at, I survived one platform explosion just by being lucky because I fell at the right place at the right time. But we're gonna take out his shield and try to take out the remainder of his life. Heck yeah, we're finally about to defeat Dvalin, and it only took like 5 or 6 or 7 tries, but you know what? It doesn't matter, because we're about to defeat him. I just wanted to call out that the next part for the cinematic, the scene's unfinished, and this is a closed beta game, so you know what? It's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. But hopefully for the next closed beta, or even open beta, it'll be improved on and it'll look amazing. And yes, I'll just confirm that there's no music or any voice acting going on in this cutscene, so you're not going crazy. So it's in closed beta, and hopefully they'll add that on later on in another closed beta or open beta. But maybe this is only an issue on my side, so maybe if you beat Storm Terror Dvalin, maybe the issue will already be resolved. So there's only room for improvement here, so I'm just going to improvise a little and take the music from the town of Mondstadt and add it to the cinematic here, so you have something nice to listen to. Although it was quite frustrating trying to figure out Dvalin's mechanics, I really enjoyed his boss fight, so I hope they fix it up a little, patch things up, and make it a little bit more user-friendly. I'll probably be playing this game a lot when it's released. And as you can see, Venti gets a lot of screen time in the cinematic, and also you'll be able to play him in the closed beta, so check out your mail, and he should be in there in the test packages. Alright, if you have stuck around for the entire video, thank you for watching, I really appreciate it. Hopefully it increases your survival rate if you're currently stuck on Dvalin. But if you haven't been able to get a closed beta key or want to partake in potential future closed betas or open betas of Genshin Impact, click down in my link below. You can sign up there and register, and hopefully you get selected. And if you like this video and want to keep seeing additional videos from me, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.